Okay, hi. I'm Bunga, also known as by my real name Lim, but most people know me as Bunga. I've been DJing and involved in the local music since I was a teenager. So from the early days of the local underground scene, all the way to festivals, and then becoming a DJ myself. So I guess I've been involved in music almost my entire life, whether it's as a kerja or as a hobby. Well, how the DJ scene has evolved, I guess nowadays it's so much easier to actually become a DJ because there's so many tools and so many opportunities for you to learn how to DJ. Back in the day when I first started, there was no YouTube, there was no tutorial, there was no all these softwares that you can download, that you can learn how to DJ easily. You need to actually have equipment, you need to have a turntable decks, you need to have a CDJ in order to learn how to become a DJ. So the bar has become much more easier to try and become a DJ. And also the number of DJs nowadays is of course a lot more than how it used to be. But I guess the number of professional DJs or DJs that are actually really doing it for a living is still not that many, because I guess it's just the demand for DJs nowadays is not as high as it used to be. So sebenarnya actually this whole DJ thing, we got into it as an accident. So I never thought that I'll become a DJ. So because when we first started messing around, it was actually among our friends. I started DJing because two of the original Twilight Action guys, they were playing in a bar in Bangsa, and then they just ajak, hey, come and play just play. So that time also is just basically put in the CD and then stop. Don't even know how to mix properly, don't even know what is all this equipment is for. But we slowly learn from there, I guess. So I'm a self-taught DJ. I never went to DJ school. Everything that I know is basically from practice. But I guess it also shows because I'm not a very technical DJ. I'm more of a song selection selector DJ. I can still mix and do all the stuff, but I think it's more about bringing my listeners on the journey. Trying to bring them on the journey. Rather than playing all the hit songs or all the well-known songs for people. And then it was all very accidental. Then you just suddenly become something that, hey, it's actually a side career. There's a side career from there. Then we just started DJing and then ended up until today. I've been DJing for 25 years already. And I started very late. I only started DJing in my late 20s. Compared to a lot of the kids nowadays, 15-year-old already dah start belajar DJing. So all of us actually got into it very late. But it was a happy accident, and I'm glad that I'm still playing nowadays. Not as often, but also I think it's a matter of choice because there's so many other new talent out there that is better than me, and also doing a lot more exciting things, I guess. I still have my own style, but I guess trends come and go, and the kind of music, indie music that I play nowadays is maybe not so in trend right now, but that has not stopped us from DJing. But I'm still grateful to be able to play like every other month. I guess I learn by observing, by looking at what my peers are doing, looking at some of the real sifus, my seniors, just noticing it. They never come and say like, oh, come, I tunjuk you, I ajar, I tell you how to do this. So a lot of the things is just by self-observation. And then a lot of times also, it's like before my gig start, so usually I'll go earlier to the venue and then practice, because the equipment is free. I don't have to pay for it. Inspiration can come from anywhere. I still try to keep track of what's going on in the DJ world, by checking out videos of on YouTube, DJ sets from other around the world. I've seen a lot of things, so maybe it's a bit more difficult for me to get excited about something. But I think it's a matter of priority lah. If you want to spend more time looking and digging around for things, you know. But they usually recently there was a Japanese DJ, Yukimasu, what's his name again? He's a very this bald guy lah. So his DJ set was really inspiring, you know, because he was very brave lah. Dia main lagu con in the middle of a dance DJ techno set, you know. And the style that he plays, I won't say that I'm technically as good as him, but I can see the similarity. Like, dia punya philosophy macam kita juga. He don't give a, you know, he don't care, you know. Like I feel like playing, I'll just play it, you know. And hopefully orang layan juga. Like I mentioned earlier, this whole DJing thing started as an accident. So the four of us are never DJs to begin with. So there was 4 guys. There was me. There was DJ Reboot, who's a music journalist. Then there's DJ Chasey Lane, who's actually a photographer. And then there's DJ Su. So DJ Su is still active until today, and he's part of Lapsap until today. So all of us were all friends first, and don't have any experience. But we just wanted to play indie music in the club, you know, because no one is doing that, or no one was doing it regularly lah, right? So we just thought like, hey, let's try and do a night for us and our friends, and just do it for fun lah, you know, no money or nothing. So we found a place, a Irish bar, and just say we will play for free. Let us use the venue, and then it just started from there. From once a month, then suddenly become twice a month, and then suddenly one of our regular started working in Zouk, which is like the #1 club back then. Then she just invited us, like, hey, why don't you come and give it a try? We have a bar here that nobody uses. And then from there just exploded, you know. Then suddenly we realized that, oh wow, there's actually 200-300 people who wants to listen to indie music every week, you know. So I guess we started a trend of playing non-club music in a club, because it's not traditional club music where it's dance music, because we play anything from Sharifah Aini to Nusantara to disco to house music to drum and bass, you know. But the core has always been indie lah, you know. So we play a lot of indie guitar music lah, right, so to speak. Yeah, so from there then it just evolved, and then we just ended up playing for 13 tahun. So for 13 years, we were every Friday at running our own night, Twilight Action Girl. So when that ended, because we all just like tired and burnt out lah, then I started another new group with 2 of our former friends lah, right? So they started by coming to Twilight Action Girl. Then they also started learning DJing. So when Twilight Action Girl ended, then diorang pun ajak lah, why don't we just start a group together? You know, because they look up to me. So I said, okay, I know, let's do something together. And that's how Indigo started. And then Indigo was 3 people, together with Faris from Danger Disco, and then another guy called Rudy, who went on to become a founder of Phono KL. So Phono KL is a very cool and very influential music venue. So they do more eclectic and underground music lah. So it's a listening bar. So still running today. Yeah, and I'm now still DJing with my partner Faris from Danger Disco. So now we have a new group called Bad Habits, but that's not really new. Dah 3 tahun lah. So after pandemic, then we came back well, and I was like, wah, lama tak DJ lah, tangan gatal ni. So we started this thing called Bad Habits lah, and then so far so good. I think it's through DJing and through Twilight Action Girl, I really made a lot of lifelong friends and dapat network with like the entire local scene. It was through DJing that I met all the so-called people that actually make an impact later on my life. You know, whether it's through work, whether it's become personal friends, you know. So the Twilight Action Girl and the community is really like family, you know. So it was through that, and later on through DJing, that's where I met a lot of people. You know, some of the people that I work with, or some of the people yang until now also are friends. You know, it really, how you say, make a very huge impact lah. Kalau if I didn't become a DJ, I would probably never met all these people and never maybe made all these connections. You know, so I'm really happy and grateful lah for this lah. You know, because it was something that started up doing for the love of it. You know, we didn't tak harap lah nak jadi testo ke or whatsoever, you know, but it was through that, then it suddenly become like, oh okay, you know, we managed to like play in big festivals, you know, in Malaysia, playing to 5,000-10,000 people, those are the kind of things that we never imagine. I would never imagine becoming a performer kan. But dulu mana, last time I was in the underground band but we never played to like so many people before. So field musician jadi DJ lah. So the DJ thing, and like I told you just now, I was working in music all my life. So I've been working in record industry, the music industry for many years. So the DJ was just complementary lah, alright. So because of my work in the music scene, and then all these musicians all actually become my friends, So all in the early underground days, people like OAG, Butterfingers, they are all my friends. Just like they're just like bands in the scene yang I just go and watch them. We sit in the mama, we talk to each other. Like tak ada apa lah. So these are all my peers. So like, and then from there, then when the DJ thing started, then it becomes then like, oh okay, my network grew already. Then from because people know me from my work in the music industry, then from there they're like, oh, Bunga is also actually working in the music scene, so he knows what he's talking about, So I guess from there, then he just started attracting more connections and people, and people I guess sort of like think that I'm credible lah, Mamat ni, he knows what he's talking about, because music is actually his job also. Yeah, I mean, I don't really go out as much as I used to, like, I still go out just to check out what's going on, but like if you say that going to clubbings and clubs, not really that often anymore. Even more shows also nowadays, not so much. So I guess it's just like everyone else, through social media, through friends, So sometimes I hear about things, I see things on their feed, and that's actually how I keep track. And then occasionally I'll still go to shows, just to see what's going on. So people who are half my age, just go there. And then sometimes I'm very surprised that people actually know who I am. Say, oh, Bunga came to the show. Then I'm like, yeah, relax. I'm here not to judge or anything. I'm just here to check out the show. So places that I should check out and all that. I think nowadays I go to a lot of festivals because I do a lot of festivals myself. I've been running a few festivals in Urbanscapes. I did 3 years of Urbanscapes, and then last year I did another festival in Chinatown with Rakita.my, where I was working previously. So those places, like Rags, even now like where I'm working now is a Semua House. So all these are basically like hubs or places that I think have a lot of potential for youth culture. Not just for music but for business. Like you want to start an independent business, you want to do independent clothing brand or shop or whatsoever. These are all places that say conducive lah, you can't, because you don't want to do it in the shopping mall, you can't afford to be in the shopping mall. So places like Semua House, Rex KL, what else? Zhongshan, for example. So these are all places that I think I recommend people to go and check out, and see where the real KL is, not the shopping malls. Right now I'm in the middle of planning for a festival in Masjid India. So we're in the middle of planning for it, and Semua House will be the one of the main venue. So yeah, look out for it. We might want to actually even work with Rakita, as a partner to do stuff together. So we're looking at doing a festival that actually blends in the tradition and the new modern scene. So let's see what happens then. Well, you can follow me on social media on Instagram, Bunga Action Girl. Okay, don't have Facebook actually, so it's mainly on Instagram at the moment. So I guess the punk rocker in me will think like, hey, apa ni? There's actually award for Lagu Indie. Why is it like become the establishment? But I guess in a way it's also a good platform, because back in the day, mana ada benda macam ni? There's no such thing as a recognition for local indie bands or local indie musicians, But by having a platform like this, is good to get everyone together lah, I guess. And then you give exposure to the bands who might not otherwise be have the exposure lah, Even doing this show right now, like back in the day, there's no such program where you actually feature people in the scene, So So I guess done in the right way, it can be a very good thing, lah. So I just hope that the platform can continue to become independent and also be credible, lah. Because I can see it can be a good or bad thing. It's just how we utilize it, lah. But I think having such a thing is not bad. Maybe I can discover new artists or musicians or new songs through the platform. Like we talked about earlier just now before the interview began. I guess it's a personal choice. Some artists will prefer not to, because they feel that they just want to be doing their own thing and be low key. But some artists, they don't care, lah. So it's like recognition is recognition. I mean, like, Turnstile, how would I have thought that Turnstile become Grammy award winning hardcore band, yeah? When they first came to Malaysia, like 10 years, maybe 8-9 years ago, they're just a hardcore band playing at the B for like a few hundred people. But now they're playing in festivals for thousands of people and they won Grammy awards and they're charging like probably 100 times more than what they used to charge as their fee. So who's to say you want or don't want? It's up to the artist, whether they choose to use that platform or not. I think I guess the advice is always like what we did back in the day. You just do it, you just have to do it. If no one has done anything for you, start it yourself. Like how we started our own indie night. Because no one was doing an indie night, so we four of us got together as friends and then we said, let's start our own indie night. And it was done for fun. Then suddenly it became like something that so many people were actually wanted to be part of. It became a family. It became like a movement. Then out of our night, so many bands and musicians all met. And then they started a band, or they were inspired by us to become DJs themselves. I can see that influence. I guess that's the proudest achievement from our night. But we never set out to do that, But we are very, very happy and proud that because of what we did, a lot of people also ended up going and do their own thing. So my biggest advice is always like, if no one has created it or done anything for you, don't wait. Just what's in the jalan dulu and then see where it takes you. Good luck to all of you. I hope you have a long and fruitful career. And don't let it get to your head. Every band or every musician has their ups and downs. Awards are nice, but at the end of the day, it's your work and your music that counts in the long run, and it's the fans that will support you. So yeah, that's it.